So last night I did some Go Battle League battles. Did 20, won 14 of them, so it went overall pretty well. Went up to 2360. And I'm going to show some of those battles here, but specifically, I'm only going to show the losses. 3 of them were from that team I made a video about the other day, Deoxys Defense, Umbreon, Whiscash. And then the other 3 were with my usual team, which is Altaria, Lantern, and Deoxys Defense. These are going to be hard for me to watch, just because they had some pretty stupid mistakes, but hopefully I can figure out what happened, and that's also interesting in some way. So first of all, this lead I haven't actually dealt with before, so I did end up looking it up now. Looks like I do win this, which is nice, just as like the one shield. Although it looks like they have to go straight power punches, but that's something. At the time though, I didn't know, and I thought that it didn't give me enough information about what the rest of their team could look like for me to want to do something like switch. So I'm just kind of hanging out here. I did expect Ice Punch. It seems like a lot of people are running Ice Punch, Dynamic Punch on their Medichams. This one has Power Punch. So I guess that can like change things, but you know, I'm just just kind of playing this as it is. Here, this is an Ice Punch, and it hits not that hard, but you know. I'm not going to be speeding these up just because I think it's probably more useful in terms of me trying to figure out what's going wrong, but this might be a long video. We'll see how many battles I end up going through. So they blocked that rock slide. That's fine. Now here, this is I think a crucial point. In the back of my mind, I was like, this is probably a power-up punch. And you know what? It was. So I didn't block it, and... Alright, so I did block it, and that was kind of a waste of a shield. But the question also is, well, if that was an Ice Punch, would that have knocked me out? And it's kind of hard to estimate. So here, this is the like sandbox mode sim for what actually happened here. Here it is, if I don't shield a power punch, I would have been okay. Here, if it's an Ice Punch, I would have survived, but they would have been able to counter me down. So it turns out if I wanted to win the lead, I would have been... This was... if I wanted to win the lead, I did need to make sure I didn't take an Ice Punch. But I don't know if winning the lead was necessarily as important as saving shields. So since I have a Whiscash in the back, I'm really glad that I can just put in an Umbreon here. So maybe having switch advantage was worth the shield in some ways. I mean, like I said, I did end up losing this, so we'll see really what was worth anything. But now I'm just trying to take down this this Venusaur. As much as I've been really loving how tanky Umbreon is, it's doesn't do that much damage. I definitely have to shield this because I don't want Umbreon to die, because Whiscash will not do so well with Venusaur. So even though it looks like I'll be okay here, I do want to keep Umbreon in as long as possible. I still don't know what's third on their team. They don't know what's third on mine. But I don't know. These battles are always weird. The ones where like nobody switches and you kind of just go like one-on-one, one-on-one, one-on-one. Here I do get another foul play, which is great. But it turns out actually this might have been not good, because now what happens is their Lapras gets a 1 fast move lead on my Whiscash. Now, of course, like I did look this up. Lapras was going to beat Whiscash anyways in the no shield. But it would have been a bit nicer if instead of it getting like a 1 fast move advantage, I could have had a 1 fast move advantage. But I don't know. So I think really the answer is I should have just predicted that he's going to be using a power punch there, and then just like have that extra shield for later. It's kind of hard to say, because then maybe I would have had to tank the Ice Punch, and then he would have won the lead, but I had still a shield. Yeah, you know what? This is I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of sneaky switching I could have done at some point. Like I don't know. Because I think... if somebody knows how I could have won this other than like... Oh yeah, and I also didn't get an excellent on one of those med bombs because I had just had a shower, so my hands were like weirdly not gliding on the phone all that well, but I don't think it would have made a difference anyways. So there's that loss. That one didn't feel great because I wasn't quite sure what was happening, and also it was like that one-on-one the whole battle, so it was kind of just like, let's look at these matchups. So here, this is an okay lead for me just because the rest of my team isn't a huge fan of Azumarill. I can't actually remember what the Azumarill Whiscash matchup is like, but point is, this is my best Azumarill counter because I've got those Thunderbolts. I found that usually they don't shield the first one, so that's nice. Usually I'll do like Thunderbolt and then maybe Rock Slide, depending on how much HP they have. Here, I blocked this because I thought I might be a play rough, but I probably should have still tanked it anyways. I think I would have been okay to do that. So, I don't know. I'm sure that like there are mistakes in this battle that come down to more than just like falling for bait or not, you know? But then it turns out that this here is a Hydro Pump, so it took a bunch of HP, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. I'll hit this Thunderbolt and see what happens from here. So here's one thing I need to do more of, is thinking about what the rest of their team could look like. Now, Azumarill lead, you probably have a Registeel somewhere. That's just how it goes. Now that I've seen an Altaria, it's pretty likely that they have a Registeel in the back. Of course, it's not guaranteed. There are plenty of teams that people use that don't look like that. But, you know. So that's why I bring in the Umbreon, especially because the Altaria is a shield. Because even though I could hit a Blizzard, I don't want to have to do the bait thing. But, I don't know. I also didn't actually know this till now when I just checked, and it turns out Umbreon does beat Altaria in all even shield scenarios. Okay, so it turns out I should have just known that. I need to do a better job of like doing this kind of research ahead of time, but I do find that it helps me to have context for it, so, you know, make the mistakes and then see how it goes. So I guess that's kind of what this battle comes down to, because then here I decide I'm going to switch to Whiscash, literally just so I can see if I can do that Blizzard trick, but it turns out that this was a really bad idea. Like I said, it's pretty likely there is a Registeel in the back. I think that's something I can intuit ahead of time. It turns out there was a Registeel in the back. I really wanted to have the Whiscash there for, so I think this switch lost me the game. So, you know what, maybe I will just speed up the rest of it. You can see how it went. So really, this one just came down to me not doing my homework, which I should do more of. I do just like battling. I do also like doing research, but usually I like to have it with some context. But maybe what this means is that like once I've chosen a team I like, I should just look at how they do against even some of just like the core meta things and just try to remember those. I guess I remember stuff from Master League, so it's only a matter of time and practice and poking around in PvPoke. Now this game starts off with a Deoxys Mirror, which is something that I didn't really run into at all before using this team. So I didn't know, again, I didn't do my homework, so I didn't know what I was supposed to do here. Now looking at the Sims now, it looks like, I just have it on my computer. Yeah, it looks like it's just tie in that simultaneous knockout from like just counters at the end, which is a little boring. But I do wonder if you could fiddle around a little and do some Thunderbolts to knock them out and surprise them. If I do run into more Deoxys Mirrors, I do generally get charge move priority. Mine has like slightly higher attack. Now check this out. Now he has this Deoxys with a bunch of energy in the back. And he catches the Rock Slide with Umbreon. Okay, so far I'm thinking like, oh great, is this just like a mirror match? So I end up switching to Whiscash because I know that my counters are doing something to Umbreon, but I don't want to keep using shields. But again, this is actually not a matchup I know. Okay, I'm just gonna check it while I'm watching this battle. This just feels like a slow battle mostly. Like, both of us have Deoxys, both of us have Umbreon. Okay, yeah, so Umbreon wins this. Just in the one shield starting from nothing. So, okay. But I guess it's probably better than it would have been with Deoxys. So this was maybe not a terrible idea on my part. And I do have shields. And so here I'm like, okay, I'm going to use one of those shields. Because so far I haven't done that yet. Then I go for a Mud Bomb. And I'm hoping this will take him out. But, I mean, I did see how much... Yeah, so it's like close, but not quite, which is too bad because now these mud shots aren't doing anything, and I'm using my second shield now, again, on Whiscash here, just so I can take out that Umbreon and keep switch advantage. Now, at this point here, I probably actually didn't need to do... Yeah, here I was mad at myself. I didn't need to do the Mud Bomb. I probably could have taken it down with some mud shots, but I didn't really want to risk it just because those Snarls... get to new charge moves so quickly. Okay, great. So now there's a Skarmory. I Mud Bomb it just because it's something I can do. I thought maybe if I was very lucky, you would have chosen to shield. So this is not looking good for me. I do have this Deoxys. I can get to a Thunderbolt not really that soon. And I know the Sky attacks are going to hit decently hard. And so now, now he's got a Skarmory with a ton of health and 2 shields, and that like loaded Deoxys in the back. So this is just bad news for me. But looking back on it, I'm actually not sure what I should have done. Like, this might be one I need to ask somebody who knows a lot more than me about PvP, about what I could have done here, because like I couldn't have seen into the future to know that I would have loved to hit that Skarmory with a Thunderbolt later on, right? So like, yeah, no, this is bad. Yeah, I don't know. This is me crowdsourcing. Not sure exactly. In the comments, tell me that I'm an idiot. I was hoping that like most of these battles in the video, it would have been like clear enough loss or something I could have kind of looked at some sims and figured out. But this one, I don't know. So after those 3 losses, I went back to this team, the Altaria, Lantern, Deoxys one, and did a bunch of battles with that. I got like a 12-win streak. And then I was like, okay, you know what? I still have 10 battles left for today. I'll do another set of 5. I'll just do one more set of 5, you know? There's no point in like stopping while I'm ahead because, I mean, I'm still going to do more battles in the future. So then I end up getting, I lose 2 in a row, then I win 2, then I lose 1, something like that. So here's the first of those losses from that set. So here, now I know that I've looked it up. Turns out that Umbreon wins this. But I actually don't know if... Okay, well, I guess... So I switched to Lantern here because I was like, and then there was Quagsire. See, another thing I could have done is I could have switched to Deoxys, which would suck, obviously, because of the fact that Umbreon would burn my shields. I guess I just have to stay in with Altaria. But then this Quagsire would have just, like, rolled all over me. I guess I probably did have to switch to... Maybe if I switched to Lantern, like, right away. I'm not sure. Here, I was really hoping it would be another Stone Edge, but it turns out it was an Earthquake. Oof. It had all that energy. So, I mean, I guess I could have shielded there. But then that Quagsire, again, will have all this energy. And then he would have... And then the Quagsire would have had the 2 shields, and I'd still be kind of stuck against it. So I think my rationale at the time was like, okay, just let the lantern go. But I don't know. So now we are back to this matchup. He's got less HP than before, but that foul play saved up. I can hit a sky attack. So I guess I'm in a better situation now. That's something. Yeah, you know what? That Quagsire in the back is just bad news for my team in general. Even those Stone Edges can hit Altaria fairly hard. Okay, so here... I might actually start speeding this one up. Or at least it's... That's one thing people get me sometimes with Umbreon, is that they can so easily stack charge moves just because I forget how quickly Snarl... Ooh, Tentacruel. See, it would have been so nice to have Lantern for that. I think I did actually have to just stay in with the, it's just, I mean, I guess Deoxys here is fine with Thunderbolt, but I think it's the shields that are the problem. Ooh, and that Acid Spray is just going to make everything, hurt so bad. Let's see. I think this team is just bad news for me. The double water is interesting. Yeah, double water in the back, but then I have like 2 things with electric moves in the back. But okay, well, I guess Quagsire doesn't really count as that. I don't know. Yeah, double water in the back, but one of them resists electric, and one of them takes neutral damage from grass. It's actually kind of interesting. Well, this, I guess this is another one. Bath salad. Okay. I hope this is actually going to be... I think I'm learning something from watching these. I was hoping I could kind of get... Man, I hate mirrors. I hate mirrors so much. Like, I don't know, just because a lot of my PvP experience has been with draft. I don't often think about mirrors, but turns out in Go Battle League, they happen fairly often. Oh, that was such a good switch on her part, because the sky attack is not going to do that much at all, because it's resisted. This is a water gun lantern, interestingly. I stay in just because now that Altaria is in the back and I can handle it with Lantern or Deoxys later, so that's okay. But these Thunderbolts still hit pretty hard. I go for a Dragon Pulse here because it's not going to be resisted. And I don't know. It works, clearly. Takes it out, but now I have this almost dead Altaria. And we're going to be on almost even ground, really. I mean, I guess I have switch advantage. That's something. Oof. So that's an Altaria with a lot of health. I go to Deoxys to try to get some rock slides out. And I don't shield, but I guess, yeah, the Dragon Pulse did a lot, but not that much. But the thing is, just because those Dragon Breaths add up so quickly, and I know this, I often will shield a Dragon Breath user early and then kind of maybe not shield later on, but like I'll usually shield it early just so that the farm down potential isn't there. Okay, so here we both switch at the same time, and this is just bad for me. I mean, I guess I do resist the Hydro Cannon, but there is the potential of an Earthquake later on. I go straight for the Hydro Pump. And then I think I wasn't counting the mud shots, which is terrible. Thankfully, that didn't end up being a surprise Earthquake, but I think because she still had a shield, I should have done a Thunderbolt, because, I don't know. This is a battle where I was just doing a bad job. just end of sentence. I was doing a bad job of shield management. So here I decided I'm just going to let the Lantern go, but that's kind of stupid because now I have a Deoxys with not that much health. I don't know. Man, a lot of mistakes here. And the thing is, Deoxys can't hit Swampert all that hard. I might have been okay if I could have just like landed a hydro pump on Swampert. But this is a terrible situation to be in. I mean, it's not too bad. She switches back to Altaria, and the thing. Oh, look at this! A feint with a shield. See, that's what I was saying about Dragon Breath. Just wears you down so quickly. So I guess the takeaway from that one, that just like overall just kind of felt like a dumb battle on my part. I played terribly. My opponent was fine. Yeah, I'm just using my shields right. I think I could have won that if I used that last shield. So I don't know. I guess thinking more in the moment of like, okay, what can be in the back? What does the shield do for me? I don't know. Okay, so this switch is awful, of course, because the Sky Tech is not going to do anything to Registeel. I switched to Deoxys because I like to counter down the Registeel. Neither Deoxys nor Lantern are particularly good Registeel counters, but that's kind of like what they offer on this team. That might be reason enough, honestly, to like leave this lineup at some point. I do like that I can kind of farm down Registeel with those counters. It's kind of nice, but I have to call it carefully. I think one reason I tend to use Deoxys instead of Lanterns to switch in is because I'm more comfortable with not having to like call Focus Blast or Flash Cannon bait. So here, what I thought I could do probably is just farm down this Registeel. But, okay, I think I had some lag there. Wait, yeah, that was... Wait a second, I'm going to just pause and look at this again. Okay, yeah, no, that... I just got lagged the whole, like, charging of that Flash Cannon. That sucks. Okay. Well, anyways, my Altaria does get to farm up. Okay. Yeah, okay, that explains this loss. Now here I switched into Lantern, which I think was actually kind of a risky play. Ooh, Haunter. Because I have so much health, I decided this is probably Shadow Punch bait. This one's actually pretty close. I forget how I lost this, so just watching it now. Here I decided that this could be Shadow Ball, so I'm going to shield. But it's another Shadow Punch. I think that with those like Shadow Claws there though, it would have been risky. Just because they add up pretty quickly too. Of course it shields here. Okay, so I think, yeah, my mistake here was that I switched to Lantern. Because if I had just tried to hit Zoomerl with a Sky Attack, I mean, Haunter in the back when I didn't have any shield would have been kind of dangerous, but I don't know. Yeah, here, this is over. I mean, I try my best here. I decided, okay, I can at least get the Sky Attack off. And then, of course, those Dragon Breaths are useless. And then my Lantern's health is just a bit too low for me to realistically. Oh, that's pretty close. You know what? I'm not going to feel too bad about this loss. I still think I played it decently well, but accidentally taking that Flash Cannon because of lag kind of sucks. So I don't know. This is the video.